My beloved child, your work is drawing near to an unexpected transition, and it will lead you out of familiar when this territory into a journey far broader than your present plans. I know that as you hear this, both hope and uneasiness may rise within you, because you have grown accustomed to holding tightly to what you can predict. You have tried to build stability through daily perseverance, completed responsibilities, and careful decisions. Therefore, when change arrives too quickly, your first response may be to cling to what is old, wonder whether you have done something wrong, or fear that everything you have worked for is about to become meaningless. But I want you to become still and listen deeply. You are not being pushed out of safety so that you may suffer loss. You are being led beyond a limitation that is no longer wide enough to contain what is about to be placed into your hands. I have seen what you cannot see from your present position. I know that the work you are doing once provided the right place for you to learn, mature, and develop endurance. It gave you experience, taught you the value of discipline, and showed you how to remain steady even on days when motivation was absent. Yet a place that was once right does not necessarily have to remain your place forever. Some vessels can hold only what belonged to the former season. If I pour the increase of the new season into them, their narrowness will exhaust you and prevent the good thing from developing fully. Therefore, do not confuse familiarity with genuine safety. Some circumstances are still being held only because you know how to survive within them, not because they continue helping you grow. I am awakening you so that you can recognize the difference. The shift may come in forms you have not anticipated. Someone may extend an unexpected invitation. A new position may open even though you never imagined you would be considered. An assignment that appears temporary may become the doorway into a completely different direction. It is also possible that an organizational change, a decision from leadership, or an unforeseen circumstance will require you to reconsider the road you are traveling, whatever form it takes. Do not immediately interpret disruption as evidence of failure. There are times when I must move what has remained still, because you prayed to advance, while also fearing departure from the place whose every corner you already know. You desire a larger future, yet sometimes hope that it will come without changing anything in the present. That cannot happen, my child, because expansion always requires you to release what has become too narrow. You may feel unqualified for the next step. Questions will arise. Do I have enough experience? Am I intelligent enough? Can I adapt? What if I fail? I do not condemn you for these fears. They often appear when you stand before a door larger than any you have entered before. But readiness does not always mean knowing everything before you begin. Often, readiness means possessing a willingness to learn, knowing how to ask for guidance, and refusing to give up when unfamiliar things make you feel uncertain. You do not need to pretend that you understand everything. Enter with humility, observe carefully, and allow yourself to grow day by day. Ability is demonstrated not only through what you already know, but also through your capacity to learn what you do not know without allowing insecurity to paralyze you. I also want you to understand that faith does not mean acting impulsively. When an opportunity appears, receive it with an open heart while still examining everything with alertness. Learn about the role, responsibilities, condition, benefits, and the values that place genuinely follows. Do not let beautiful promises cause you to overlook important details. What truly belongs to you will not fear clear questions. And a healthy door will not require you to abandon dignity simply to enter. Listen for peace within you, but also use your intelligence, experience, and counsel from trustworthy people. I am not leading you into blindness. I am teaching you to combine courage with wisdom so that you do not merely pass through the door, but remain steady enough to stay and flourish on the other side. Nothing you learned in your present place will be wasted. Even repetitive tasks, days when you were overlooked, and seasons when you believed you were making no progress, built the qualities you would later need. You learned how to work without recognition, remain responsible while others were inconsistent, and keep contributing even when results did not appear immediately. These lessons will accompany you into the new season as a quiet foundation. When you receive greater authority, you will remember what it felt like not to be heard. When you have the opportunity to guide others, you will know how to be gentle because you once had to learn under pressure. When you stand in a higher position, the humility formed during ordinary days will keep you from becoming a stranger to yourself. This change may also require you to leave an environment, a rhythm of life, or a group of people with whom you have been connected for a long time. That may bring sadness, because not every departure is caused by conflict. Some places remain good, yet your work there has been completed. Some people are still precious to you, but your paths no longer move in the same direction. Do not allow gratitude to become a cord that keeps you in a place where you can no longer grow. You can leave respectfully, preserve beautiful memories, and bless those who once walked beside you without denying the calling, drawing you forward. A peaceful ending does not erase the value of what once existed. It simply acknowledges that a new time has arrived. During this process, keep plans private while they are still forming. You do not need to tell everything to everyone merely to obtain agreement. Some people will advise you from their own fear. Some will measure your capacity according to the limits of their own experiences. Others may unintentionally discourage you simply because they cannot imagine you in a different role. Choose a small number of people who are wise, sincere, and mature enough to counsel you. What is precious must be protected from chaotic voices until it becomes strong. When everything is clear, you will not need to argue or prove yourself. The results, your peace, and your growth will speak for themselves. I know that you have experienced disappointment when opportunities that seemed certain ultimately disappeared. Because of this, you may now be afraid to place hope in anything. But do not allow what failed to happen in the past to close you to what is genuinely opening now. Not every delay is rejection, and not every rejection is loss. Some doors closed before because you needed more time to prepare. Some places did not choose you because they could not support the lasting purpose within you. When you look back, you will understand that not being selected in one place kept you available for a more fitting one. I do not waste the times when you had to begin again. I use them to separate you from dependence upon the approval of others. When the new season arrives, do not think only about title or outward increase. What I first desire to expand is your ability to create value. A new job becomes a true blessing only when it helps you live with greater purpose, serve more effectively, and become more trustworthy. If you seek status without cultivating character, what you gain will become a burden. Therefore, preserve integrity when authority is entrusted to you, kindness when you face pressure, and a willingness to learn when others begin recognizing you. Do not forget the days when you longed for one opportunity. Use the new position to open paths, strengthen others, and create a healthier environment for those who come after you. My beloved child, you are not losing stability. You are being repositioned into a broader place where your experience, perseverance, and gifts can be used more fully. Do not panic if events move faster than expected. Organize your documents. Prepare your skills. Complete your present responsibilities faithfully, and keep your mind ready for new invitations. You do not need to see the whole road in order to take the next step. What I am asking is not that you feel no fear, but that you refuse to let fear decide for you. Move calmly. Test everything with wisdom, and trust that what truly belongs to you will never require you to betray the good values within you. The change that is coming may surprise you, but it does not surprise me. I saw this road while you were still searching for meaning in ordinary days. I know where you need to go, whom you need to meet, and which abilities can awaken only after you leave former limitations. Therefore, remain open to what is new without despising what is old. Be grateful for the road behind you, but do not turn it into a permanent shelter. You are being called out of comfort, not so that you will live in uncertainty, but so that you may discover a deeper stability, the stability that comes not from everything remaining familiar, but from knowing that you can learn, adapt, and grow wherever I lead you. Move forward, my beloved child, because the door ahead will not merely change your work, it will awaken a part of your purpose that has not yet had enough room to be seen. What you endured may have changed you profoundly, but it could not defeat you, nor does it have the authority to write the future waiting ahead. You remain the one I have chosen, still preserved through days when continuing seemed impossible, and still being led toward something larger than everything you were forced to leave behind. The past left marks, but those marks are not chains. They simply testify that you traveled an exceedingly difficult road without completely losing the light, kindness, and hope within you. I do not see you according to what happened to you. I see you according to who you became after you walked out of it. The strength formed during those days will now serve you in an entirely different way. Before, you used strength to endure, to shield yourself from pain, and to remain standing when everything around you became unstable. From now on, that strength will no longer be only armor for defense. It will become the foundation of peace, confidence, and the ability to live without constantly mistrusting tomorrow. You learned how to recognize danger, but now I am teaching you to recognize safety. You became accustomed to holding yourself tightly so that you would not be wounded. But now I am leading you into a place where you do not need to remain continually guarded. I know the past trained you to expect the worst. Even when everything is peaceful, part of you still prepares for collapse. When someone treats you kindly, you may wonder when they will change. When a door opens, you fear it will soon close. When joy appears, you worry that you should not enjoy it too deeply because something may suddenly come and take it away. My beloved child, that vigilance helped you survive during an unstable season. But it no longer fits the place into which I am leading you. You cannot enter restoration while continuing to live as though disaster was standing outside the door. Allow yourself to understand that the former chapter is complete. What once frightened you no longer possesses the same authority. Those who once confused you no longer have the power to determine your emotions, direction, or worth. Circumstances that once made you feel powerless now remain only as reminders of the distance you have traveled. You do not need to carry yesterday's tension into every present moment. You do not need to keep tightening yourself, analyzing every word, or searching for evidence of a crisis that has not happened. I am teaching you to breathe deeply without guilt, to rest without fearing that you will be left behind, and to receive goodness without immediately doubting it. At first, peace may feel unfamiliar. When you have grown accustomed to chaos, calmness can create uneasiness, as though something were being hidden. You may feel tempted to return and inspect a door that has already been locked, replay former events, or create questions merely to fill the silence. But do not mistake quietness for danger. There are seasons when I allow nothing dramatic to happen because you need to recover gently. Some days carry no major event, yet quietly heal the deepest places within you. Stability is not a trap. It is a gift you must learn to receive. I did not lead you out of one painful cycle merely to push you into another. I am guiding you into a season where you no longer need to live through defensive reflexes. What is ahead has not been arranged to destroy you, but to sustain, restore, and help you discover that life can still be gentle. You already know disappointment, so now you will recognize the value of consistency. You once felt abandoned when you most needed understanding, so you will appreciate those who remain with sincerity. You once had to gather your peace by yourself, so when true peace comes, you will know how to protect it with wisdom. Yet to enter the new season, you must release the belief that every good thing will eventually go wrong. That belief was born during a time when you could not predict what would happen. But it is not the truth appointed for your entire life. Not everyone who approaches will disappoint you. Not every opportunity carries a painful price. Not every time you open your heart will result in injury. Wisdom does not require you to close yourself to everything. It helps you open at the right time, to the right people, and in the right way. I do not want you to become naive, but neither do I want the past to cause you to reject the sincere things now drawing near. What you lost may not return in its former form, but I can bring what is healthier, more beautiful, and more fitting. Some empty spaces will be filled with connections that do not cause you to question your worth. New doors will reveal possibilities you never considered before. Burdens will be lifted from your shoulders, not because you are weak, but because you carried them for too long, even though they never belonged to you. You will learn that you do not need to take responsibility for everyone, repair everything others break, or sacrifice peace to preserve a connection sustained only by your effort. I am clearing from your path what once kept you constantly anxious. Some people will no longer have the ability to return and disturb your life as before. Certain patterns will not repeat because you have become awake enough to recognize them early. Voices that once made you doubt yourself will become quieter as you learn to trust the understanding formed through many experiences. This does not mean you will never face difficulty, but you will no longer meet difficulty as the fearful person you once were. You now possess depth, discernment, and calmness that you did not have before. I will remain beside you in every step from this point onward. You are not entering uncertainty without guidance, nor are you being left to discover the entire journey alone. Some things I will show you through a very gentle peace. Others, I will reveal through doors, opening or closing. At times, I will lead by allowing a choice to stop fitting you. You do not need to know every stage before moving forward. Remain faithful to the present step, and you will gradually recognize the path unfolding according to a gentle order. Stop turning around merely to make certain the past is not chasing you. It no longer possesses the power you imagine. Every time you look backward in fear, you give attention to what has ended instead of seeing what is beginning to grow. I am not asking you to forget everything, because memories can become wisdom. But you do not need to live within those memories as though they were still happening. Keep the lesson, then allow the pain to remain where it belongs. You do not need to carry an old room upon your back while I am opening an entire house of peace before you. My beloved child, the time has come to allow yourself to live more gently. Laugh without worrying that joy will be taken away. Rest without believing you must remain ready for battle. Receive kindness without immediately searching for a hidden motive. Trust that not every unknown thing brings danger. Some unknown things contain opportunity, healing, and healthy connections you have never experienced. The future is not only a place containing new challenges, it is also where I have stored answers, restoration, and peace for which you have waited a very long time. Therefore, move forward without the chains of former days. Let fear fall from your shoulders. Allow tension to leave each rhythm of your life, and let your heart relearn how to trust goodness. You no longer need to live as someone who is always about to be wounded. You are entering a season of restoration where your strength will no longer be measured by how much pain you can endure, but by your ability to remain peacefully at rest. I am leading you toward a lighter, brighter, and gentler life where you do not need to sacrifice yourself in order to feel safe. Continue onward, because what lies ahead has not come to repeat the past. It has come to show you that after everything you endured, you can still be loved, supported, and free within the peace that has always belonged to you. I am not leading you to search for someone entirely without flaws. I am guiding you toward a connection that can join your journey with maturity, peace, and deeper purpose. The right person is not someone who has never stumbled, but someone willing to examine themselves, learn from mistakes, and build something better with you day by day. You also do not need to become perfect before deserving love. Genuine love does not appear as a reward for two flawless people. It allows two people who are growing to learn how to support, adjust to, and protect one another through honesty. There will be differences requiring understanding, weary days requiring patience, and difficulties that cannot be resolved through emotion alone. Yet when both people place sincerity above pride and lasting good above victory in an argument, those trials will strengthen the bond instead of breaking it. I know you have waited for a long time, and there were moments when you wondered whether what you desired truly existed. You watched others find companionship while you continued through silent days filled with unanswered questions. There were nights when you said nothing aloud, yet inwardly longed for someone who could see you rather than merely seeing what you could do for them. You desired to be understood without endlessly explaining yourself, loved without changing your nature to fit another person's expectations, and accompanied by someone who would not treat your sensitivity as a burden. I saw those desires. I also saw every time you tried to appear strong while secretly longing for a place where you could rest without remaining guarded. None of your lonely moments was forgotten, and no sincere prayer disappeared into emptiness. Even so, the answer may not come in the form you once imagined. You created a very clear picture of the person who should enter your life, the time when they should appear, and how everything should begin. But I see needs deeper than those you can name. You may desire someone who always excites you, while what you truly need is someone who brings stability. You may search for beautiful words, while I desire to place beside you someone who transforms words into action. You may be attracted to outward brilliance, yet what will sustain you through the years is consistency, respect, and the ability to remain present when life is no longer easy. Therefore, do not dismiss something good merely because it arrives in an unfamiliar form. Some gifts look very simple outwardly, yet contain the peace you have prayed for over many years. As this connection begins to unfold, allow time to reveal its character. Do not immediately call intense emotion the final confirmation, but neither should you close yourself to everything new because of former wounds. Observe how this person treats you when there is nothing to gain, how they respond when you establish boundaries, and how they act after apologizing. The right person will not require you to make yourself smaller in order to keep them. They will not turn silence into punishment, use your fears to control you, or cause you to continually wonder where you stand. Healthy love may contain difficult moments, but it does not create endless confusion. It can repair after conflict, possesses humility to accept responsibility, and shows perseverance by correcting unhealthy patterns through clear action. You must also keep me at the center as everything develops, because no person can become your only source of strength. A companion can encourage, listen, and walk with you through difficult seasons, but they were not created to fill every emptiness or carry full responsibility for your peace. If you place someone in a position where only I can stand, you will unintentionally give them a burden they cannot carry. Then every change in their attitude will frighten you. Every small distance will make you feel abandoned, and every disagreement will threaten your sense of worth. I want you to love deeply while remaining steady. Connect sincerely without losing healthy independence, and receive care without turning love into the place where you search for your entire identity. When you keep me at the center, everything else gradually finds its proper order. You will know when to open your heart and when to slow down. You will recognize what needs to be spoken instead of silently accumulated, what can be forgiven, and what requires a clear boundary. I will teach you to love without abandoning yourself, give without becoming empty, and remain patiently without tolerating disrespect indefinitely. My guidance does not always come through dramatic signs. Sometimes it appears as steady calmness when you think about the future, clarity after a period of quietness, or the ability to see a situation exactly as it is without fear or infatuation distorting it. Do not confuse peace with everything always being easy. Even a fitting relationship will require both people to grow, communicate, and heal old reactions. There will be times when you recognize that the other person cannot read your mind, and you must learn to express your needs honestly. At times, they may unintentionally touch a wound from your past, but rather than running away or building walls, you will be invited to look more deeply and understand what needs restoration. The difference is that a healthy connection does not exploit that wound. It creates space for both people to learn, repair, and draw closer through respect. You are not promised that there will never be tears, but you can recognize that those tears are leading toward understanding rather than repeating an endless cycle of pain. I am also teaching you not to let fear speak in place of discernment. The past may cause you to doubt, even when something good is coming. One small delay may remind you of abandonment. One difficult conversation may cause you to believe everything is about to end. But, my beloved child, the present is not always a repetition of the past. Give what is new an opportunity to reveal its own nature. Do not force someone who is trying to love you to bear responsibility for the mistakes of someone who wounded you before. At the same time, you do not need to ignore genuine warning signs merely to prove that you are healed. Walk the balanced road, neither panicked nor blind, neither closed nor willing to surrender. All trust before a foundation has been established. Therefore, move forward without haste. But do not allow doubt to steal a gift merely because you cannot yet see the entire result. I do not require you to be certain about every future day before beginning to know someone. I simply want you to remain honest in the present. Keep your heart near me and allow discernment to grow through each step. You are not entering this alone. I will protect your heart, remind you when you need to slow down, and give you courage when the time has come to move forward. Let everything be tested through consistency, respect, and peace. What truly comes from me will not require you to live in a continual state of proving that you are worthy. It will invite you to grow while still allowing you to be yourself. It will require cultivation, but it will not force you to carry everything alone. And when you keep me at the center, you will recognize that right love does not replace the strength I placed within you. It helps protect, deepen, and carry that strength into a future gently beginning to unfold.